Get it.
We gon'
It
talk about some
is.
things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. Come to the light.
All right, all right. I still liking that song.
Yes,
Hello.
hello.
Episode 16.
We're back with
We're
episode
back.
16.
We haven't gone anywhere. We're still here, still doing it, still hanging on. How you guys? I hope everybody's doing good out there, feeling good and doing what you
Mhm.
have to do, but enjoying yourself what it is. And glad to have you join us in. So episode 16, here we are. Hard to believe.
I know,
But and
right?
we're gonna be seeing 20 and 21 and going on and going on. So tonight we have a couple of things. We're gonna do some just a little, what we call it, a reaction, will we say,
Yeah.
type of reaction video type things. We'll be doing that to a few things, and we'll give you that title in a minute. You guys gonna love it. But first, we have a few announcements of what's going on. And first, and this is coming up Friday, already Halloween. The real deal is ready for Halloween. And they're going to be live from the Best Damn Bar on Friday, October 31st from 8 to 12, you guys. So get your costumes out, get over there to the Best Damn Bar. And that's where, let's see, where did they say that was located? The Best Damn Bar in Davis. The address is 13965 Best Road. And that's how the word Best came from. They told us in the
Mm-hmm.
interview how the Best Damn Bar name came about. And
Yep.
Best, it's because it's on Best Road and it's by a dam. So I thought they were just being cocky saying it's the best damn bar, but no, that's the reason it's called the best damn bar. So the band shared that with us on
Yep.
last
And I
week.
got my real deal shirt on, even though it's
You see, I
backwards.
started to wear mine today. I was gonna put on my real deal shirt, and I said no. I'm tell Chaz we're gonna say, hey, let's wear it this day or let's wear it that day. So now you're gonna have to wear it again. So you say you have it on backwards.
Well,
No.
no, it's like showing up on stream
Oh, okay.
backwards.
They
You know
can,
what I
yeah.
mean? It's
So
like
you're gonna have to
reversed.
wear it again so we can have on a real deal, and then
Yeah.
we'll wear pick a day to wear our shirts from Motown too
Oh,
again,
okay,
even after the
yeah.
party.
Yeah.
So we can use them as some uniforms. We get our own. All right. So don't forget, if you want to get out for Halloween and listen to some good music, go over to Davis, Illinois at 13965 Best Road. That's in Davis.
Hmm.
And that's from 8 to 12. And you can listen to the Real Deal Band. All right. Free hot lunches. All in need are welcome. And this is every third Saturday of every month, 11:30 to 1 p.m. And that's at Birch Hall at St. Joseph School. And that's at 202 West Pleasant Street here in Freeport, Illinois. And they have a lot of dates because they do it once a month, every third Saturday. And the next date will be November 15th. After the 15th, it'll be December 20th. And that's sponsored by the Society of St. Vincent de Paul of Freeport. So you guys take advantage of those hot meals. And that's the third Saturday of every month. That's somebody else serving on the third Saturday. Operation Love serves on the third Saturday of every month, too. All right, holiday luncheon. This is Sunday, November 9th at 11 a.m., a ladies' holiday luncheon, and that's at the Freeport Club, you guys, at 1614 South Park. And you can get in touch with the Freeport Club for any ticket information. And that event will be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's again Sunday, November 9th at the Freeport Club. All right, guys, going back to Motown Soul Night back in the day, 60s, 70s for your dress attire, but you don't have to dress in 60s or 70s. I was told, come as you are. Just the main thing is to get out and to come out and to have some fun and to come back and to see what they have planned for you. The tickets are $30 in advance and it's 35 at the door. And that's Saturday, November 29th, 2025. And it's from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. And I think at 6 p.m., though, they're going to be setting up for that first hour or so. And then they're going to start eating at 7. So 7 to 8, they'll be eating, and it's a bring your own bottle event. And there are stipulations and rules on the bottle where you'll have to have them put the bottle up for you and come and get your cocktail. Well, you'll find out more about that. So you can do that, or you can put all your alcohol in you before you get there, or whatever you want to do. And if you want tickets, and you call Brenda LeBach at 815-541-5620, or Tiff Harris at 815-291-2433. The location is the Masonic Temple, and that address is 305 West Stevenson Street, right here in Freeport. Remember, that's coming up. November is right around the corner, coming this weekend. You guys don't forget, time change. Time change also. Remember that time change. You got to move that time back. Okay, holiday bash, December 6th, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Food, music, dance, games, prizes. The Boys and Girls Club of Freeport is where it's going down. And for admission, they just want you to give one donation item. And that's the Boys and Girls Club, 511 South Iroquois Street. And it's by Elevated Voices, a holiday drive. We're turning our annual holiday drive into a community celebration of love, laughter, and giving. Join us for a night filled with joy, games, music, food, and community as we collect gifts and donations for families and youth at the Voices of Stevenson County Shelter and Norman C. Sleezer Youth Home. Location Boys and Girls Club, Friday, December 6th, 5:30, 7:30. Holiday cheer, dress code, holiday spirit, festive, cozy or dressy. Admission, just bring a donation item from our donation list like winter clothing, canned or non-perishable food item, gas or store gift cards. So there you go. A few things going on for the holidays, you guys. We'll try to read like 1 to 2 months at a time so we don't get out there, but get ready for November 29th so you can come out for the Motown party, you guys. Get your ticket. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't. Good evening, Frankie. Good evening. Don't wait till the last minute to get your ticket. Get there, you're going to be left out. Be prepared to come and to take pictures and just go back in time and go down memory lane. It's going to be items that they have set up for you that's going to make you think like, wow, I remember that. I remember I used to have that. So come out. It's a special type of event. Be ready to party though and get your groove on. All right. So as we said tonight, what we got going on? We got people talking to us. You want to give them our phone number? I keep forgetting to do that. Somebody accused me of.
You can call into the show at 608-466-6058.
Yes, anytime when you call into the show. If I'm not using my phone, and it's hard for you guys to know when I'm not using my phone. Most of the times our phones are being used, unfortunately, when we are streaming live. So then we can't answer the calls until after we off air and we're done. Or before, so if you catch us before or afterwards, and you can always respond during the stream live here. So that's a good thing. So we're doing some reactions today.
Yeah.
Some reactions, and we do need feedback, you guys. We do need you guys to talk to us because uh, I wasn't familiar with this little, what would we call this?
Am I the a-hole?
Yeah, what we call it? Not a group. What you say? It's a
I guess
group or
it's on Reddit, it's on Facebook, so it's kind of like a group. It's kind of like just where people kind of just share their stories and their confessions, and they ask,
Mhm.
am I the a-hole in the situation?
Yeah, and they give you different situations, different life situations. Some you might have dealt with before, and they're questioning themselves. Basically, I guess they want to know, am I the a-hole because I did this? What do you guys think? So
Right.
we'll be reading some of those situations, and you guys, chime in. Chime in and let us know what you think. You want me to go?
Yeah.
Let me start with one here since I do have one on, and I'm doing the ones from Facebook, and you're doing Reddit, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, and the group is called AITA. So if you don't want to spell it all out, but it's basically asking, am I the a-hole for this? Okay, and this person want to know, am I the a-hole for deciding not to buy food for my fiance's family anymore? Every week, my fiance and I go out to eat with her family. And last week, we went to a Korean barbecue restaurant owned by my uncle, where I paid for everyone's meal, only asked them to cover the tip for the waitress, which they agreed to do so. The total bill was over $240, and I paid. Usually, when I covered a tab for my friends or significant other, they generously tip since they're not only responsible for the gratuity, not the cost of the meal. That's all they have to pay for. However, a few days ago, my cousins revealed that they had left a $1 tip, and they have tipped only $1 before. Are you kidding me? Hold the F up. Am I in this situation the a-hole for what I'm about to say? Nuts. The bill, they said was over 240.
Right.
And the friends, so when they say friends with S on it, so it's more than one. They left $1 tip, and that's all they had to pay. Wow, that's the first red flag. Okay. However, a few days ago, my cousins revealed they only left that $1 tip because they always have done it before. I was shocked and disappointed because a $1 tip is insultingly low,
Mm-hmm.
especially considering I had treated them to alcohol and dessert. They got alcohol and dessert and didn't have to pay none of that bill for their meal, and they can come up with $1 tip, and they proudly said, we've done this before. I wouldn't brag and tell nobody that.
Right.
You did this before. We guys think the bill is 240. What would you do if you paid a bill for your friend for 240 and they left $1 tip? Okay, so I discussed this issue with my fiance, but her family insists they never tip or only pay bills like $1 for tips at restaurants and general services. Wow, this is happening in the USA. As a result, I informed my fiance I bi-weekly restaurant outings would have to change. I also have informed my fiance about this. I told her that I only paid for their meals as a kind gesture. While my fiance was ignored, she ultimately understood. So yesterday, they asked if I would buy the food again next week. The nerve. To which I responded that they'll need to cover their own expenses for their meal. I didn't want to confront them about the habit of tipping only $1, so I decided to handle it differently this time and simply pretend to cover the tip for them. Her family did not take that so well. They accused me of being ungrateful.
Oh
Oh my
wow.
goodness. They accuse them of being ungrateful. That's one of them situations when they say about the pot calling the kettle black.
Right.
They were arguing that they were the ones taking time to meet up with me bi-weekly and that asking them to cover the tip was unreasonable in the beginning. And they also suggested that since my family is wealthy, it's only fair that I continue paying for their meals. Wow, wow, wow. My fiance was surprisingly on my side. She knew her family had this issue. She just didn't have the courage to inform them about it. So, what do you guys think? Do you think how would you have handled that situation? What would you do, Chels,
Oh man.
in a situation
They
like
handle it
that?
better than me.
Yeah, because
They definitely handle it
you're
better than
thinking
me.
about back in the times when Jesus flipped the tables, that would come to my mind because I would be flipping tables. That would be their last meal with me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They would never go out to embarrass me like that again. And this is a bi weekly thing. I don't think this person is an a hole at all.
No, me
No,
either.
I don't think, I think he did the right thing because enough is enough. And he takes him out every 2 weeks and they go through the same thing. He not only buy their meal, he buy their alcohol and desserts. Can you imagine? And it doesn't say how many people, but it's more than one we see.
Right. And they have the nerve to call him
And
ungrateful.
they told him that. That's what just got me. You're really ungrateful. We taking
That's some
time
audacity.
out to come and sit down and let you feed us and treat us like royalty, and you're just being ungrateful. You're rich, you should be doing this anyway. Well, it's clear to see who's being ungrateful in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Someone said just completely stop having outings with these people. They're just using you. Her relatives, somebody else said, her relatives are jerks on multiple levels. Her family is taking advantage of you. You're being used, young man. And somebody said they're Lola scroungers. Tell them to get lost and that you're not get desperate for their bi-weekly wallet dip.
Oh, it looks like Vince has responded too.
That is so funny. Vince, what Vince say?
Vince said, "This sounds like the person who is paying is being used. The word friend is used real loosely today. Everyone is not your friend."
And that's true. And the thing about it is, it's not even a friend. It's supposed to be the family. It's supposed to be his wife's family, and they probably
Mm-hmm.
just got their eyes on this wallet. People always think they know what you have when they don't know what you have. They
Mm-hmm.
assume if they see something, they assume that you have money, and they just assume so much. And they try to be your friends for that reason a lot of time. And this supposed to be his family, and he's doing this every 2 weeks. Oh, I would do just what he did. Cut him off, say, yeah, we can continue on every 2 weeks, but you're going to pay for your own stuff. I tell you what, I bet they didn't go anymore.
I bet.
I bet they did.
I bet.
I bet that was the last one. You had one of those situations, Chels?
Oh, have I ever had a situation like that?
No,
Or
I'm saying, do you?
the next
Yeah.
story?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, next one. Uh, am I the a-hole for telling my wife that if she has no money equals no honeymoon? 28 male and 28 female here. We both known each other since plus 5 years and got married in March. We both work and have a joint account for house bills and investments. The rest stays in our respective personal accounts for individual use and control. We earn roughly the same, but I end up saving around $1,500 and above, while she barely saves anything, as she likes to consume unnecessary and cute Instagram products. We're planning our honeymoon to Bali since a few months, and it already feels very late. Last night we were deeply discussing it as we are getting impatient. I found a decent deal and suggested we book right away. I asked her to book my ticket and I'd book hers. She made a smiley face and asked me to book for both of us, saying she'd pay me back later. Her idea isn't bad, but I believe with things like marriage, honeymoon, travel, kids, planning should only be done when you're financially ready. So I declined the offer and told her to wait. She said not to ruin the plan that we fixed and don't be greedy, as memories matter more than money. It quickly turned into a quarrel, which ended up with her saying stereotypical things like, it's a shame for the husband not to pay for the honeymoon. Men have been doing it for ages, blah, blah, blah. It really pissed me off, and currently we're not talking to each other. Who's the a
Wow.
hole here? Need a fair perspective. Thanks.
Wow. They're not talking now. Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm. Anybody comment under there?
Oh, yeah, a lot of comments.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said, this sounds fake. Someone else said, if this is legit, get the wife to contribute. They have separate finances and he is unwilling to cover her share of the trip. OP and wife don't share values around spending and saving, and this will continue to be a problem going forward. Soft, you are the a hole. Presumably, you knew wife was horrible with money and never saves, yet you expect her to pull plane fare out of the sky. Come on now.
Wow, that's a little harsh. I don't know how I feel about that one.
Yeah, this
Um,
one had mixed.
because I think it has too many depends. It all depends, and I guess I needed more details on the situation. Um, and I wouldn't necessarily say that he's wrong, but I'm kind of up in the air on that one, on how to feel about that one.
I think he's definitely the a hole. I'm sorry.
You think he is
I think he's the a hole only because
because they're
I-
married?
I'm really traditional in the sense of like,
The guy takes care
yeah.
of. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's just weird to ask
But
her to
what
pay
if it's
for
a situation
the
where
honeymoon.
what if it's a situation where she makes like 5 times as much as he
Yeah, but
do?
he said they made about the same.
Oh, he said they make about the same.
Yeah.
Well, no. Oh no, that I can see them having issues and
Down the
arguments
road,
over
yeah.
money a lot.
Yeah.
I can see if it's at this point already, I can see a lot of money battles coming along the road. Okay. I have one. This one is, am I the a-hole for refusing to let Karen, my neighbor, use my pool after she demanded I follow her pool rules. Hmm? So I'm 34, a male living in a suburban neighborhood with a decent sized backyard and pool. I've always been friendly with my neighbors, including Karen, who's in her mid 40s, who moved in next door about a year ago. She seemed nice at first, but as time went on, she started to show her true colors. Over the summer, Karen started coming over with her kids, asking if they could use the pool. At first, I didn't mind because I was usually outside anyway, and the kids seemed to enjoy it. But soon things got weird. Karen began showing up unannounced, sometimes even when I wasn't home, and I caught her using the pool without my permission. One day, I came home to find Karen and several of her friends having a full on pool party in my backyard, complete with snacks, music, and pool floats. Not the pool floats. I confronted her and she acted like it was no big deal, saying, "Oh, you weren't using it." So I figured it was fine. I told her politely but firmly that she needed to ask before coming over and that I wasn't comfortable with her just assuming she could use the pool whenever. Karen seemed annoyed but agreed to follow the rules. Then last week she took things to a whole new level. Karen knocked on my door with a typed up list of pool rules that she wanted me to follow. It's his pool. Her list included things like no swimming after 5 p.m. because her kids have a strict bedtime, no loud music when her family is outside, mandatory weekend access for her and her kids, but only for their exclusive use. I thought she was joking at first, but she said she was dead serious. I laughed and I told her there was no way I was following any of her rules for my pool. Karen got angry and called me selfish, saying, "Here we go again," saying that I was ruining the neighborhood spirit. I was ruining the neighborhood spirit and being unfair to the kids. Oh no, she didn't use the kids. Now she's been spreading rumors to other neighbors that I'm a bad guy for not sharing the pool. Some of the neighbors had even said I should just let it go to avoid drama. But I feel like this is insane. It's my pool and she acting like she owns it. Well. Somebody said it sounds exactly like the stories they normally watch about Karens on YouTube. They say same situation. I think what nerves. You come over and you use my pool, not a community pool, but
Right.
my pool. I allow you to use my pool. You use my pool. Then you start inviting people over, having pool parties, even when I'm not there. And then you had the nerve to write me a list with rules about for my own pool.
Yeah,
And one of them was
that's
like loud music and everything when I'm outside, but yet you just had a whole party,
right.
pool parties, and I'm sure they weren't quiet in my yard. And now I'm selfish because I'm not being neighborly and let you take advantage of me. What do you think, guys? What do you think? You ever had any situations, any close like that? Or how would you handle that? I would just avoid, she can't use it at all. That was
Right.
it.
Yeah.
It was over.
It's done with.
It would have to be a wrap at that time. She wrote rules and I would write her letter back. Keep the rules. They're no longer valid because you're no longer welcome. And you can consider me as being selfish or whatever. But no, you're not allowed to use the pool anymore. First of all, you don't just come onto my property like that when I'm not home and get in the
Right.
pool. and have your kids in the pool and everything, somebody get hurt or whatever, then of course it's my fault, right?
Right.
Mm-mm. So no, that was a lot of nerves. That was a lot of nerve. Would you restrict her and tell her no to
Yeah.
Chels?
Yeah. I'd be
Somebody say
done.
revoke her pool privileges immediately. Call the police and have her trespass if she shows up again. If neighbors say anything, simply ask them how they would feel if they came home to find her having a pool party on her property without saying anything. Oh, somebody say ain't it tell her to go F herself. Seriously, she will be the first one to sue you. Yep. And something happens at one of her little parties, and she will win. It sure as hell isn't worth a few measly neighborhood friendships. Who
Hmm.
will bail on you when something bad happening? Yes, this sense of entitlement needs to go away and run its course with these ignorant people. Yes.
Yep. Oh, Tanya says put a metal gate around the pool with a big lock on it.
Yes. And that's a good day to put a metal gate around there because she's coming over and she's having said her kids are using it too. What if one of the kids something happened to one of the kids in the pool or
Right.
whatever?
Yeah.
Who's she gonna say responsible for that? You're the mother, you bring them over, but you're using the neighbor's pool. First thing she's gonna say is, well, he told me I can use it anytime and he knew it wasn't safe, but yet you bringing them over and not
Hmm.
watching them. So yeah, I would, if she kept coming over, I would do that. I would make the restrictions necessary. And like you said, if you have to put a gate, put a gate. Yes. What you got, Chance? You got a story?
Yeah. Next story. Am I the a-hole for leaving my drunk friend behind when I was also drunk?
Both of y'all was drunk, so you can't tell who left who.
So I went to a carnival with my group. We were all drinking heavily. Not gonna lie, I was drunk too. But one friend got totally wasted, like falling over, yelling at random people, trying to grab drinks
Mm,
from strangers, total chaos. I tried helping her sit down, gave her water, but she kept running off into the crowd. I was drunk myself, so I couldn't keep chasing her. I texted her where we were, but she didn't show, so me and the rest just left. The next morning, she's blowing me up saying I'm a trash friend for abandoning her.
wow.
And I get why she's upset that I left her alone when she couldn't take care of herself. Maybe I should have stayed longer or found someone sober to help her, even if I was drunk too. Some people are saying I should have stayed with her no matter what. Other people say it's her own fault for blacking out. So, yeah, am I the a hole for leaving my drunk friend at Carnival when I was also drunk?
Yeah, I would say yeah. You shouldn't have left your friend, even if you was drunk. You was drunk enough to get up and leave and get home or wherever you went. So
Mm,
you probably could have helped your friend a little bit more. And even if you couldn't help your friend, you possibly could have got some help for your friend and stayed there, until that person came for your friend. I wouldn't have just left and say, hey, it's your fault. You're that drunk. I'm drunk too. I got the thing for myself. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because what if something happened to that friend after you left that friend there?
Hmm.
It's going to destroy you the rest of your time. You're going to
Yeah.
really have to worry about it's my fault because I should have stayed there. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think so too. Like, we always
yeah,
use the buddy system when we like go out and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And you're both female, like, you don't want to just leave your girlfriend out like that.
Right, right. Because you're supposed to kind of watch out for each other when you're in them situations. It's a possibility that somebody's going to have too much or whatever, but you don't get mad at them and say, especially when you already intoxicated yourself, so
Hmm.
you can't blame them. But you can't, if they're that bad that they really out of it, you can't just leave them to fiend for themselves. Wait for somebody to come. to help. Maybe they can help the both of you guys. you know, I don't know. Anybody respond to that one?
uh, I didn't see anything.
Okay. Well, I got one here that says, am I the a-hole for telling my fiance I won't pay for her dad's surgery with my inheritance? Mm. That's a sticky situation. I'm 30 and I recently lost my grandfather. He left me a sizable inheritance, just over 140K. I was extremely close to him growing up, and he made it clear over the years that he wanted the money to help me start a family, buy a house, or build something of my own. My fiance, who's 26, and I've been together for 4 years and engaged for one. A few weeks ago, her father was diagnosed with a heart condition and he needs surgery. He doesn't have insurance, and the cost is expected to be between 60 and 70K. Mm. She came to me and asked if I'd be willing to use part of the inheritance to cover it. I told her I was really sorry, but I couldn't. My grandfather worked for his whole life hard for that money. I don't think he'd be okay with it going to something outside the family like this. I also worry that spending half of it means risking the plans we already made, like buying a home and starting a business I've been preparing for. She was crushed and said she didn't expect me to say no. She told me I put a dead man's wishes over a living person's life. That really hurt. I said it wasn't that simple. This
Hmm.
was money meant to give us a future, not fix an emergency we had no control over. Her mom called me selfish. Some of our mutual friends said they could understand both sides, but that if I really loved her, I would help save her father. Now she's barely speaking to me, and I feel awful. I never wanted to choose between money and somebody's help, but also I feel like it's unfair to be pressured into spending something that wasn't meant for that. Hmm.
Oh,
That's gonna put him in a pretty bind.
that is a good one.
I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
Right.
You're thinking, okay, I got this inheritance. Um, I know I have certain things it was left for that I'm supposed to do with it for. I can agree with him on that. It was left with certain things, but here's this other situation that came up. I think he has the right to say no.
Yeah, I mean, he's
No,
definitely
I
got the
think he
right to
has the
say
right to
no.
say no, because of the simple fact that, you know, he wants to start his future.
Right.
And that might be the thing that causes him not to do the things he needs to help his future wife. And her dad should be happy and understandable that her dad shouldn't expect him to, just because
Cover
he has the
that.
money,
Yeah.
to cover that's half of his inheritance.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. Let's see what anybody say. Kathleen said the first thing that the family should be doing is talking to one of the hospital social workers. Their jobs are to ensure that people who cannot afford medical care still get it. They will get the hospital to waive certain costs, particularly if this is a necessary life saving operation. Second, start a GoFundMe. Third, call local charities. Fourth, the family sits down with each other to see who can contribute what. After all of that, then they should ask you if you can help also, not cover the entire thing. I
Hmm.
agree. Yes, yes, I
Yeah, they
agree.
definitely need to look at what their options are before they just expect.
Yeah, and here's something that makes sense I thought about too. What will they be doing if you hadn't received the inheritance?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
what if he hadn't got the money and this situation was still there? They would have had to work it out and make a way, some kind of way anyway. It's unfair and it's not right to put that burden on your shoulders, someone said. It's not your responsibility. Why don't they have health insurance? Sell their assets to cover the cost. A lot of people do that too. They have stuff they
Mm-hmm.
look to see what they might be able to sell. They make the adjustments. You don't start off by saying somebody need to bail me out because I know they have that money. No,
Right.
this is my money. It's not for me. You would have still had to take care of yourself. I can help you with something, but that's my decision. And I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna give you half of, to take care of things. No. And I don't think he's been an a-hole for that. And his fiance should understand and stick by her
Yeah.
future husband. Yes. Okay.
Are we over to me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Am I the a hole for refusing to give my college fund to my nephew after my sister found out about it?
Mm.
For the past 6 years, I've been working on different jobs in my crap hole of a country in order to save up and get a real education and proper job later. My parents were always promising to pay for it, but they never did. At some point, I managed to get a scholarship and I used saved money for housing and other bills and spending. I have a sister and she has a son. She was always complaining how no one ever helped her with money, just like me, but unlike her, I wasn't mentioning it that much. I've never mentioned the fund, but my parents have accidentally revealed it to the sister at the latest family gathering. Then my sister immediately turns to me and asks to donate the remaining money to her and her child, saying I could move back in with my parents. My parents agree with her because family helps family. I obviously refuse because I've been saving up for years and now I'm going to need it. Then my sister and parents just turn red, accusing me of being selfish. I quickly
Mm.
left the family gathering without asking other family members what do they think about it, but I really don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if their reaction was wrong.
Wow. Mm.
Someone said,
Mm.
I would stop calling it a college fund because really it sounds like your life savings. They want you to give up all of your hard earned life savings to help them out. Not the a
Mm.
hole. They are the a hole. It would have been fine for them to ask for some help, but to
Yeah.
demand all of your savings is
Well,
incredibly
it's what people
selfish.
that want to demand other people's money. It's put a demand on it. Give me your money.
Right.
Like why? And how many of them would be doing the same thing?
Right.
No, I don't think he was wrong. I don't think he was an a-hole for that at all. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Hmm.
No.
Vince says someone's lack of planning shouldn't constitute an emergency for someone else.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And just because you have an emergency, don't mean I'm the superhero to come to save you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, this person say, I need help or advice with getting my girlfriend's kids out of the house. Uh-oh. My girlfriend youngest daughter is 26. Her boyfriend is 28, and their two kids are 4 and 2. They moved in with us due to being irresponsible and getting evicted from their place. The daughter supposedly works at a bank, yet every time I come home, she's always there and claims she's on FMLA, whatever that is. And the boyfriend told me he works at a job that's part time, but gets full time hours, yet he's mostly at the house. And neither of them are contributing anything to the house, and they aren't keeping the room they stay in clean. Oh, no. We wouldn't have a problem if they went to work and helped with the house, but they do none of this. My girlfriend wants them out as well, but has more sympathy due to the young children. Mm-mm. Somebody say the problem is girlfriends wants them out, but not enough to take action.
Hmm.
The answer is evict them if she isn't there yet. You're gonna have to make a move. If they're taking advantage of you, and then here you are, you supporting all these people, and they say they working here, there, but yet they there all the time. Maybe they working from home. I don't know. Maybe they got a work from home job they ain't told you about. But if you working all the time, you shouldn't be home all the time. And here
Yeah,
you
I
are,
don't
two
think.
adults with two kids.
Yeah, I don't
Mm-mm.
think FMLA pays you either.
Mm-mm. I'm saying, what's FML anyway?
FMLA, Family Medical Leave Act. It's like
Oh,
a
okay.
federal
Okay,
law.
so they say, okay, so he just made up some stuff then and saying that he's getting help. He's not doing anything. Wow. Somebody said I suggest cutting the Wi-Fi, the cable, and other things off just to get things started. Wow. You can't cut all that off, then you ain't gonna have that to use for yourself. He said cut the Wi-Fi, everything off, and they just sitting around watching TV. And I could imagine how they feel. They got probably going out, him and his girlfriend going out working, doing whatever they can. Then they come back and here you got a whole family and they just laying around, in the house and having a good old time and contributing. He said they're not contributing to anything. So you shouldn't feel like an a-hole for asking them to leave and then putting a deadline on it. Make sure they leave. Who said I don't agree? Okay, tell us what you don't agree with and why.
Yeah.
Tell us what you don't agree with and why. Because if someone moved in on you, okay, yeah, they have problems and stuff going on, but they moved in and they said they're both working and but yet they're not contributing anything and not helping. What do you do? What do you do? Do you let them keep on taking advantage of you? What do you do? Someone says, have them sit down, you sit down and lay rules out.
Mhm.
Okay, have you and your girlfriend ever tried to tell them that you want them to move out? Maybe they've never told them that. Maybe they just want them to move, but haven't put it into words. You have to put it into words. Yeah. Hmm. Someone say,
Yeah.
what is wrong with simply calling a family meeting and demanding what you would do, what you will and will not accept in your home going forward? Or better yet, tell them that the living arrangement is not working and
Mhm.
give them like 3 months or whatever to have a place lined up and ready to move out and stick with it. You're not helping these kids, but rather enabling the lazy, entitled behaviors. Yeah, yeah. So well, we didn't get a respond back from the person that say they don't agree. We don't know what you don't agree with and what's what. Okay. Next.
Okay, next. I'm the a-hole for calling out my in-laws after they mocked my parents for crying.
Mm.
I, female 23, just had a baby. After giving birth, I stayed with my parents for like 2 months before moving back home with my husband. When my husband and his parents came to pick me up, my parents got emotional saying goodbye. Like, yeah, they cried a bit. It was really sweet, honestly. We don't live close and they won't see us often. But in the car, my in laws started laughing about it, like saying, oh, wow, so dramatic and stuff. I just sat there like, are you serious? It felt so mean and disrespectful. I ended up snapping and told them I wasn't funny. Then everyone went quiet, and later my husband told me I overreacted. By the way, during those 2 months, they barely texted or called to check on us, not even when the baby got sick twice. And now they're mocking my parents for caring too much? I don't know, man.
Mm.
Am I the a hole for calling them out?
Mm. What do you think, Jess?
Uh, I don't think.
To call them out. You skipped me. I feel so sad. No, we didn't skip
We didn't
you.
skip you. You didn't
We was you
answer.
didn't
We gave you
answer
time.
us. We said you said you don't agree, and we wanted to know, and we wanted to know why you don't agree, and you didn't respond.
Yeah, we got to keep going with the
We
show.
waiting. We got to keep rolling. We want you to give us more feedback why you didn't agree.
Okay. Yeah, with this situation,
Mm-hmm.
I think the in-laws were being disrespectful, so I don't think she
Yeah.
overreacted at all.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't even check in on her while she was gone all that time.
All that time, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't live with her parents or like near them either. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was an appropriate reaction. I don't think she is a hole for that.
No, I don't. I don't think so. And a lot of times, I think it's the person who's not being the a hole always feel like they're the ones being the a hole when it's actually the other person in the situation with them that's being the actual a hole trying to take advantage and stuff. But for some reason, the other person on the other end always think it's them, and
Mm-hmm.
they end up questioning themselves. Okay, I think we got time for one more, I believe.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Let's do one more. Okay, say sorry. Am I the a hole for this one? This is really a long one, but I really need advice. About a month and a half ago, my boyfriend randomly started buying naked anime girl trading cards. Wow. I didn't know he had started buying them until one day he basically dropped the stack in my lap and said, I started collecting these and just watched as I opened each one, showing disgusting images of anime girls in various lingerie. Wow. Poses and completely naked and in disgusting scenarios. I was shocked and numb. Stupidly, being the people pleaser I am, my non reaction was, I guess whatever makes you happy. As I
Mm,
was holding back tears, he never ever even been into anime. Am I saying that right?
anime.
Anime until these. It took me 3 days of processing what exactly he had shown me. Now I was feeling and how I was feeling about it, and I was not doing okay. I snapped at him at one point about him getting more naked anime girls in the mall, and that started our first conversation and argument. I admitted I did not bring it up the best way. I was very emotional. I told him I am not okay with him buying these kinds of things, that I felt gross about myself, about him, and about our
Mm.
relationship. I told him it hurt that he hadn't considered how I felt before he bought them, and it hurt how he surprised me with them. I told him that I thought the cards were disgusting, and I was shocked that he would buy something like that. I told him that I was spiraling mentally, and it was not okay. He told me that my emotions are my own fault and responsibility, and his actions and choices should have no effect on me. What? He
Wow.
said that he doesn't understand why I would be upset about the cards because other people collect them, and that I shouldn't feel the way that I feel. I felt so unheard, disrespected, disgusting, and that I was burdened because I was so upset. He feels that he should be able to do what he wants when he wants and shouldn't need to ask my permission at all before starting a new hobby of buying anything. Nope, we've been together for 9 years, and I have never told him I don't want him doing something. I've always done my best to be a supportive girlfriend, but I am not okay with my person collecting these kinds of cards. I was also already in a deep depression before he surprised me with the cards due to feeling lonely, like I was basically begging him to even look at me at that time. We basically had no sex life after a matter of fact. Well, he was with his cards. Sex life, no matter how I tried to get his attention. He touched me like maybe once a month, So my self-esteem already wasn't great. We now had several conversations, but he refuses to stop buying the cards. No matter how much, I'm not okay. And I keep getting confused because he's saying things on the conversation like, I'm not going to buy anymore. But when I found the mailbox a week later, tells me he meant he wasn't going to buy any more packs, just single cards. Then he said he's going to get rid of them because they upset me, but he continues to buy them, telling me he's only going to collect one character, and I should be okay with that. A compromise he came up with, not one that was discussed with me since he says I refuse to talk about them, but we've been talking. He's been going. Oh boy, this is long. He's going to keep collecting them because now his co-workers like him because he gave them some. And people online collect them with their spouses. So why can't he buy them? I tell him that's okay for other people, but I'm not comfortable or okay with it. He just responds what I don't understand, gets upset because it's Sarah's way or the highway. Everything is about her, apparently. I can't do anything for myself, and he just continues to buy these cards. I'm trying to feel better. So far, I've talked to two phone therapists. What's a phone therapist?
Maybe like BetterHelp or something.
Okay, I talked to two phone therapists because this has triggered a trauma response. Childhood wasn't great. I don't blame him for that. But get out right here. I've used an AI therapy app, reached out to two friends I have that did not help for various reasons. I have no family to ask advice for. I've started exercising daily, signed up to go back to school, have deep cleaned most of the rooms in our home, have tried to distract my overthinking brain. But I'm still not okay. I still find myself in tears, wondering why he can't choose me over his anime girls. He gets upset when I'm sad. So no matter how I try to explain why I'm hurting, he still says he doesn't understand and refuses to stop collecting them. I feel that I'm worth being considered and valued. I work hard, pay most of the house bills, clean, cook, and work so hard to build a home for us. Half of me feels so stupid that this has this much of an emotional and mental effect on me. But the other half knows that this is a boundary I'm not okay with for various reasons. But it feels like he doesn't care and all he wants from me is to shut up. And that's probably true because it's like you do talk a lot. This was a very long post, and I didn't think I was gonna get to the end of it, and actually I had to skip some, so I can agree with him on that part. You probably do talk a lot, but you entitled to feel how you feel.
Yeah.
You entitled to feel how you feel. Hey, Devon, you entitled to feel how you feel. If that discusses you and you're not okay with him collecting those cards and various poses and all that, and then he's barely touching you, that's probably why he's excited about them cards. He's not excited, it seemed like, by you anymore, and it's just crazy, the people, and that
Mhm.
happens a lot. That happens.
So her
So
first problem is paying all the house bills.
yes, and you
Why is she
can't.
paying the majority of the
Yeah,
bills?
she says she's paying everything and doing everything, and he's constantly going out. See, if she's doing all that, he has all the money to keep buying them cars. Then maybe she should make
Right.
demand that
Make
he
him
help pay
pay.
some of them bills, and then he won't have the money to go out and buy all them cards in different positions and all that stuff. Okay, they says he is manipulating the situation, saying something that you want to hear, but he's meaning something else. Um, Somebody says it's just time to separate from him. 9 years is long enough. Wow. Go do something to enhance your life, well being, and financial future. Well, I didn't say she had to lead a man. I'm saying that she had to put her foot down one way or the other if that's really bothering her. And he's spending. That's where he's spending his money because you're taking care of everything. I think this is a way for him to end it and to make it your fault. I'm bored and I want out, and no said, no man ever. And that's what's coming from him. 9 years may be long enough for him. I didn't think of it that way. He might be trying to get out of the relationship, and he know that that's really bothering her, so he's gonna ignore her and keep on doing that, and so she can just quit. Then it's not on him to quit the relationship.
Come on, Jack, relax. We will get to you.
What do you say? He's not answering, is he? Hire people with what?
Should corporations hire people with merit? That wasn't really part of our topic tonight, but I mean, obviously.
Who was that telling somebody shut up? All right, let's try and be respectful and nice in the chat. Respectful to everybody.
Yeah.
We do read the comments. We do give people a chance to respond. But we
Right,
do
but
have
this
to
is our
keep
show,
going.
yeah.
This is our show. We're not going to sit here and just wait and wait and wait. We have to keep things moving. And speaking of keeping things moving, it's about that time for us to move out.
No merit, just racial advantage. What are you talking about? That's not what anyone said.
I don't understand. It has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, and that
nobody
doesn't
said.
really have to do with our topic tonight.
No. Well, thanks for tuning in, you guys. We appreciate it. We're going to get ready to get on out of here, and we will be back on Friday.
Yes.
Halloween
Party. We're gonna be
Halloween
dressed
party.
up
Yep, we're going to be dressed
our
up. So come
costumes.
back and trick or treat with us. Come back, have your little snacks and your treats, because we're going to be munching down then. So don't be talking about us munching and talking. We're going to have a little party online, on air. Let me stay here. All right, you guys, let's go. You ready?
All right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See you next time.
All right, bye-bye.
We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. Come to the light.